a coward? Mazishinon, so she does Igbo, a Kenyan man, a make a fast man. I greet you people. Go. I want to tell you who a coward is in the best language you are going to understand. The reason who a coward is so that you can examine your circle. You can examine your circle. Obulubudu no mego before. You should be able to learn your lesson so that it will not happen again. There are some certain kind of people you don't even need those people to be an inch closer than you. It doesn't even matter whether you like Ezugo or not. But if you pay attention, you are going to learn one or two this night. Now, I want to tell you about what we call network of enemies. And I want to tell you why you are a coward if all it takes for you to fight your friend, a colleague, or somebody is by recruiting network of common enemies. Then you are a coward. Why do I say you are a coward? You want to go? Okay, mamunga wezugo. Mbopo. Adama alashalo. No matter what. And let me give you an instance. Right now, I'm on JPAC. No geisha drama. You want to go? I'm on Aquama TV. No geishi. I'm on a good book. Tomorrow, Oworo na muno geishi nwelu. Differences muna nwelu. If all it takes for me to fight Ogeshi is by aligning myself with Akoma and JPAC, then I am a coward. You have never achieved any level of success. You have never even gone anywhere in that fight. Because what exactly are you expecting Akoma to say about Ogeshi that he has not been saying before? What exactly are you expecting JPAC to say about Ogeshi that he has not been saying before? So, by you recruiting those two people, thinking that you are simply a hater and the enemy of yourself. And that is what our people do. Any slightest thing, they will run to your enemy. Is that even defeat? Is that even defeat? What does it mean when you conquer someone? What does it mean when you influence people? It is when you end up telling people of neutral opinion, convincing them that this is who this person is. If you manage to do that, then you are heading to somewhere. But if you quickly run to my enemies, what we call them, chain of enemies, with common enemy, like I said before, they don't even like themselves in most cases, and they barely know each other. They are not even interested in knowing each other. Their sole aim of coming together is solely for your sake. So can you tell me what is so exciting when enemies with like minds, when enemies with a similar thought come together for the sake of one person? You see why Ezugo cannot be a regular blogger, on Facebook. You see why Ezugo cannot be a regular blogger. any galalam disagreement gonna madu na Facebook, you seek for the whole enemies of those person, of that person, to collide with them. What are you fighting? These are known people. People already know them. People already know who they represent. You are only the new person among them. You have only ended up joining the queue. You have only ended up joining the queue. I can't align with him for the sake of fighting anybody tomorrow. Misunderstanding. Ogechi, for instance, I know why I keep using Ogechi as an example. And believe me, this broadcast is not strictly centered on Ogechi. I am just telling you what I am seeing on Facebook. For example, because of common ifiruna, and these are the people you don't even agree with. These people on a normal, you don't even agree with them because the ideology they share is not the same with yours, clearly. But for the sake of a fight you are going in currently, those people now, it is now okay if you share, they post them, they make against, oh my God, the kind of life wouldn't be on Facebook. Sometimes I will feel like quitting Facebook. Honestly. Sometimes I will feel like quitting Facebook when I see men without honor, when I see men without dignity, when I see men without principle. I'm telling you, when I see men without honor, men without dignity, men that doesn't have principle, I feel like quitting Facebook. Ishena eshini muna somebody doka keronye mamalaga muna somebody doki ijowa sewoku. Do you think that it will have to take me and the greatest enemy of Ijowa for me to defeat Ijowa, or for me to express myself to people, for people to see exactly what Ijowa has done to me? Do you think honestly that it has to take me uniting myself with the enemies of Ijowa just for me to get to Ijowa? And that is the best way I can explain to people, look at what Ijowa has done to me. Like, I cannot explain it to people. I cannot express myself. Humble, honorable. I have to be honest with you. I don't know who you are. I don't even care to know what you represent, whether you are a Zionite or not. If you drop that comment again on my Facebook page or tag me anywhere again, I will block you instantly. I have to be honest with you. I have grown above that pettiness on the men on Facebook. You can take that your emotion elsewhere. If you tag me, if you tag me again, or if you write exactly if you do again, I don't know who those we are. You can go and look for the we you are looking for and not Ezugo. And I believe this is the only respect I can afford you. If you do it again, I will block you. I'm IQ monona blood the same thing. But you don't understand. You think I am a man who operates in the categories of JPAC and I'm those who will say something at night. You think I namade examine my thought. Like the way you honestly know me on Facebook. In a phone, somebody will tell how something. Then if you Bulgaria another one, change another one. When I examine myself before I stand on a matter, it doesn't even matter whether no go when you get them into that oku. You may change, but I may not change because I have seen the reason. I have seen exactly where I'm heading to. So that emotion or sentiment, don't bring it to my page. I am begging you. I am begging you. And they believe in that. In the best way. I don't know why You keep talking about apology. Ogechi, matter. Do you think Ogechi will matter? So when you go and apologize to them, does it make them right? Does it show that they are right? I am asking you, does it show that they are right? Does it show that Ogechi is wrong? So what is the whole essence of this apology? I want to know what is the essence of this apology over a matter that is in court. I am asking you. Even the way decided to address you in this manner is because I will not take it again from you. If you tag me again the way you have done in the afternoon, I will block you immediately. Let us continue. You see, this is why, honestly, when I sit down and look at people, I don't understand the kind of life people are living. Here for somebody who used to be your best friend, you sit down, you share your life story with them, you share your worries with them, you tell them about people who has treated you in some kind of bad ways before. Your relationship with some people. Tomorrow, he will go and look for those people, team up with them against you. I begin to wonder, which kind of people do we have among us? That story call over, that thing farmer, how you use it against you. Not gonna have what I go. And that is what you see on Facebook here. They keep aligning themselves. They even go as far as aligning themselves with their own enemies for the sake of you. I can't imagine doing that. Honestly, for real. Like I go come in the mother. A typical example of if you imagine the only way I can explain to Akosayon, who is my fellow man, that is by aligning myself with his enemies. And that is the only way I can explain to him. How else do you want me to explain to you that you a coward? How else? Why cutting through the corners? Why don't you go straight and face it only good enemy like a man or a woman? Why must you join network of enemies to fight that person? And these are the people who sit go down and talk about those people, and you have given your own judgment. Don't worry, one day they will realize themselves. Tomorrow, if any now makanda, I will trash immediately. You, in fact, the first set of people you will look for before you even look for his friends here, who does his enemies. Now, I'm just saying, in a jekwoye polezu gas, eji besalie ifezu go melugu or go megono anamajo. I want to know. You will go to my enemy to go and explain to my enemy. Kelifi Choloko Bayo, do you really want peace? Do you really want to get things straight? Or you are looking for people who the same the same thought about me? You are looking for the same people so that you people can be on the same page. You see what is happening on Facebook here. I see Mr. Governor sharing posts of Waja and some people. And I ask myself, so because I am making an instance now, I ask myself, so because you have come out to face in the Zion, it is enough for you to connect yourself with every single person who who fight Zion, even though it is clear that you don't agree with them. Do you think that that thought happened before when you were confronting them? Do you think that that thought has changed? Are you going to prove everything they have been saying right simply because there is an issue of land in Ngopala? I can give that example everywhere. You see why I don't like making too many friends here on Facebook. I don't like making too many friends here on Facebook. I don't like making too many friends here on Facebook. Charles Shima, you are right. You are right. I've been here to create enmity because what you people call friends here on Facebook, I don't go with that crap. I'm telling you, that is not my idea of friendship. I don't keep common. Yeah, I don't keep people because we share common enemies. Then I call them my friends. Owolona Okuserumuna, my friend. It is strictly between me and him. I don't need you before I can express myself. Even if I want to tell the world the story of what is going on between me and my friend, I certainly don't need you to help me to tell that story. It is clear. Imagine that tomorrow, Namun will disagreement with Akosayon. I decide, no, I think I must share this story so that people will know exactly what is going on. I don't need his enemies. I don't need Ebonyson. I don't need Jepak. I don't need those people. Because even if so I would rather stick to my lane. I won't even allow them to use me as an instrument for their own fight. I won't. That is exactly what I'm telling you. So the moment you are angry against some people, you forget everything that you lose it, that you even seek you even seek alignment with even the devil. You may even step your foot even the ideology you don't believe in, you must share it just because you want to get somebody down. What is this life in the Igbo na Facebook? Who are you people? I'm asking you, who are you people? Honestly, tomorrow, if I have problem with one pastor, I will automatically move with a nonsense simply because I want to get at one pastor. And when we drop everything in belief, I will decide to use Matthias' message just to fight one pastor. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Tomorrow, Mona Pastor Emeka and we program. Pastor Emeka will maybe feel with me. Instead, I confront Pastor Emeka. Even if I want to share my story, I will go ahead and tell people the story between me and Pastor Emeka. I must not align myself with Matthias' message that I don't even agree with, simply because I want to get to Pastor Emeka. And that is how the concept of Ndoka on Facebook came into existence. Because a man schemed his way into a ministry to go and hit a jackpot. And he decided that this vehicle that is Akko is the vehicle that is going to take him right into the inner echelon of that ministry, where he is going to enjoy and swim in money and that friends. And when he realizes that that man is not willing to compromise, because that man has seen his real nature. When he realized that that dream and that agenda will never come to pass, or turn more like a tiger immediately. And the moment he turned like a tiger, the only way he could express his anger, the only way he could express his dissatisfaction is to turn against the church. He bought the message of the people he has been contending against all this while. That is living the life of a coward. Don't know if you are getting my point. Honestly, even if you have a disagreement with Akon, you can still sort it out with him on Facebook, even without going too low. Throw him with the message you know you don't buy. That message, you don't buy it. You have to go low. That is, you have to, because you want to chase a pig out of your farm, you have to go down to the level of a pig because you want to chase out one pig. Because nature is shop one pig, you have to reduce yourself to the level of a pig. I help you people. I help you people. Honestly, like I said, this is why I fail and I don't like making friends here on Facebook. Because I have realized that a lot of people who are here on Facebook are fake people. Fake people. What they say with their mouth doesn't even represent the kind of life they live. I don't know in a planet where I will go and I will still see men who are men. Men whose word you can count on. Men who cannot be shaken by any little distraction. They cannot be shaken by any little distraction. Imagine, because of name will issue between Inde Zion and the Fadambaka, they automatically started sharing the idea of Matthias. Simply because they know that majority of Matthias followers are enemies of Inde Zion. So, in order to fight Zion, they cannot fight Zion independently, even while disagreeing with Matthias and Ndotwe. They have to come out of their shell. They have to align themselves with Ndotu Matthias. They have to share the same thought with Ndotu Matthias. They have to welcome them into their ship and boat for the sake of fighting Zion. Who are you? I ask you, who are you? When I look at people like me, Kuku, for instance, I shed tears. And these are men who will come to Facebook to come and tell us, I am this, I analyze this, I am this, I am this. One day, if you I am telling you, if you you was able to tell. I'm telling you, you was able to tell. If not because of Facebook and creating content and the money, all of you, they making a Facebook. I wonder how much you guys are making on Facebook for no. Either alone or kobo alone. I don't care. If you have anything with me, come for me. Come for Ezugo. Come for Ezugo. Come for Ezugo. Bring it on. If you have anything against me, bring it on. I don't need assistance from anybody to respond to you. Now, no anything equal against me. If I want to respond to you, I don't need to align with anybody. I don't need that alliance. Anybody who want to flow can flow in, but I don't really need that alliance. The kind of alliance simply because there will an issue between the Zion. Remember that before the issue of Zion and the Evangelist Ebukobi and the Father Mbaka came up, somebody like Mwikuku used to be on the same platform with us. We used to share the same idea. We used to fight a common cause. Now, when the issue of Father Mbaka and Evangelist Ebukobi came up, how else are they going to fight like cowards if not by aligning themselves with the people they have been contending with all this while? If you check more than 90% of the videos you have made before that issue came up, these people has always been the people in a true bomber to bomber. But for the sake of that story of Evangelist Ebukobi and Mbaka, the only way you can fight dirty is to go down on the standard you believe in this life, is to go beyond your the principle, is to go beyond what you believe in this life. You align with the opposite of who you are because you want to join people throwing shade as Zion. Okay, why can't you confront the Zion individually? Why can't you confront the Zion individually? Must you seek alliance from the opposite side? Because you, and let me even tell you, when those people say something about Evangelist Ebukobi, against Evangelist Ebukobi, you get excited. Is this something new? When you were going after them, that same thing, Faneku, did it change? So what is it that is getting you excited? That if you have Kurumak Evangelist Ebukobi, Ishiaye, na wall, can them mad wherefore? Can them mad wherefore? What were you even expecting them to say? That is the same thing they have been saying all this while. You are only the new person in that ship. They are only trying to carry you along because they were a new person in that boat. They have always been there. People know that this is who they are. You are the person who should start learning their techniques. You should start learning how they operate. Because you clearly entered that boat as a blind man simply because you are thirsty for vengeance. How thirsty for vengeance, how vindictive in nature is what drives you into the enemy camp because you want to seek revenge, because you want to, because you are the vindictiveness don't have to, so you are so eager to fight back that you have to seek alliance with the opposite of who you are because you want to make a point. That is why the enemies of Ogechi keep increasing. The reason is because anybody who says they are man or woman enough to fight Ogechi cannot fight Ogechi alone, except he or she join the already existing enemies. If the answer is no. And when they join the already existing enemies, yes, every single thing they hear becomes yes. Have you trained yourself? Have you trained yourself to be matured enough when somebody comes to you and tell you something? I'm capable of doing and if the capable of not doing. So for the na Matthias Agwango. Now Matthias can do this, he can do this, he can do this. But Okwe follow this one, he cannot do that. Have you trained yourself to be that matured? Like, have you gotten to that level of maturity that na onye go na ya doro mma, onye like her idea, onye na no nwere ife mmadụ nwere ike bịa gwago maka onye ahụ igbo onye ahụ na onye a ya eme fa na onye a ya eme fa, but no ọkwa ifuru nke ikwuru na onye a ya eme. Have you done that? You have not. I have one of my friend, a very good friend of mine, Gogolu, more than 9 plots of land from Aka Matthias. Ugugu, more than 9 plots of land from Aka Matthias. When we discuss about, and they or somebody believe na teachings of Matthias, but never one day can discourage Gore from Igulu Matthias Ana. Never one day can discourage Gore from Igulu and Nke Matthias. Never one day can discourage Gore from Igulu Matthias Ana. Mani ifa na we maka Matthias kama dagwasi ike. Ifa nchọrọ ịda agwe maka Matthias believe maka Matthias kama dagwasi ike. I cannot be petty because I don't share in the message and the ideology of Matthias. That is what you see here on Facebook. That is why Ugobuna in a seeking alliance with network of enemies. You are not making any point because there is no new story you are telling. You end up telling the same old stories with those people. That is why you must learn how to stay on your own and tell your story. People will understand your story when it comes from your personal point of view. The first turn off from the man, Nyanako Zion, business, Zorobitas, from Onisha. The first turn off from that man, the door, one of the Sarmaka business, Nyanako, by not concentrating on personal dealings, Nyanako Zion, but telling me about, no, onya complain nunca, onya complain nunca, onya menka. Then I know that he has recruited himself among the network of those enemies. And that is the only way he thought he can fight it through. Because although no personalized no way, you see, okay, no one just don't aggrieved. Now, how will I even be sure that you were not deceived and the act of you being deceived, you started misbehaving? Because you are busy telling me other people's story, that you are focusing less telling me about your own story. So usually, when you see those people, they will keep telling you, they will tell you less of where they fall out with that person. They will get carried away to the point that they will even forget to tell their own stories. Now you know. Now you know why it was difficult for me to flow with opinion of so many people during COS. Because somebody look at Chokomilo. What do I expect him to say about Okulora? All those people, English channel 1 or 2. What do you expect me? In fact, maybe the Sarono Makife Keronye Mama to get a meal. When Jepola, will have a day I will not. A matter that this have turned to a joke. If you take it serious, then the man and go on where you need to get examine over your head. On I'm the Pesacharo Gife Maka Matthias, for instance, he wasn't Kelu witness in well, the same way Joe. One witness in well. He had to convince because can even make one expect ki jo wa me. Mama o na mo a neutral person entirely. O na mo a neutral person entirely. A man had to have to go away from the usual if I name any who. So when I see, in fact, this life, I think it's difficult to see people who are real. I am not telling you that Ezugo is perfect. I am not perfect. I have a lot of weaknesses. But in terms of human relationship and managing it, I think only few people understand that part of life. I think only few people understand that part of life. I come to Facebook. I share my thought about Matthias. I don't need to align with anybody. Anybody can come and tell their own stories of how they see or perceive. But it cannot be a conspiracy. It will be all about sharing their opinion on this. But the kind of conspiracy and the recruitment, even among people who don't even like each other, even among people who hated each other with passion, but because there is something in common, Ono Shore achieve at that moment, you will throw away like, what I mean by that saying is that no matter what, even the Bible mean when they said no ya banuno makano flosha bombam no ye megari ife delu na moto we ba moto no ya go justify delu na moto we ba na moto itipe in the other way around also kama mmeli jua for the shoes kambulono we dendo kama mmeli jua for the shoes kambulono we dendo ifo minero kama hunger for food, you have drive them into the wrong house or company or to the wrong person. Let me be alive and keep my dignity to myself. Yes. Namaya banuno namufulo chabamba wona majo no when so okay kog because na mana guno okay ka do homa ama mo fene se guno okay if you might be wrong. So for the sake that namuna ye with the problem is not a guarantee that you are right and it is very simple, and that is maturity, and that is where a lot of us started falling out. Because I don't want to talk about Palace of Justice when talking about Ogechi, but I think Palace of Justice, if you are a man, for the future sake, for posterity to be fair to you, I think it's time for you to come out. I think it's time for you to come out, to free your conscience. Tell people how you people constituted Palace of Justice. What are the truths you people said about Ogechi, who you people perceived as your common enemies, and you formed Palace of Justice? What are the truths Nifeni Nunukunu na that Palace of Justice? What are the lies? Because clearly, many people not at that Palace of Justice afford to go out. At what level did you people start falling out? Yes, a lot of people later realized that it was the anger about Ogechi leading her into aligning with the wrong people entirely. I don't know if you are getting me. That it is the anger nwere ike ọnwụ nwere ife misunderstanding ya na Ogechi nwere anger na n'ime we lead ye into aligning with people ya na ha enweghị ike sit on a normal day to discuss about anything. I understand what hunger for vengeance can only that control. It will drive you into the wrong hands simply because you want to seek not even vengeance, simply because you want to fight back by all means. So, Ken, Palace of Justice, the thing just to blame me, and that this is, believe me, when I was coming for this broadcast, I have no, Ken wasn't even part of Ifem Igbo. But can you put the thing, the spirits, all for them, it will keep driving me to touch here and there. Ken, Palace of Justice, for life and for posterity, to be fair to you, I think it is right for you to run a broadcast and tell people in that Palace of Justice what are the truth you people told about Ogechi and what are the lies you people, because that Palace of Justice was clearly a group of people who had personal grievances with Ogechi in a bid to pour out their vengeance or their anger on Ogechi. They came together. These were strangers who don't even know each other. They don't know the character of each other. They don't even know the story of what transpired between each and every one of them and Oge. But because they want to fight back, they all came together. Only join a wrong person now fighting a wrong cause. Let me break it down to you. Mado 14, nona passenger, nona boss, wale Lagos. They are all heading to the same destination, which is Lagos. But the reason Hanchani Lagos, the different. For example, onwe Lagos ko je zuohi, onwe Lagos ko je buo mmadu, onwe na-eje ọmụgwọ, onwe na-achị travel out. Because your destination is Lagos does not make the mission to be the same. That is the mistake a lot of people keep making. And that is why I don't need anybody's help to sort out somebody I'm going to issue with. Because you might be wrong. Somebody a long time na Zambia. Mana onye nya na-ebi n'ụlọ onye ahụ adọrọ mma, but o nwere ife na-ese mụ na onye ahụ. Fact, mụ na onye ahụ eghe ọnụ at the moment. O wee bịa one day wee bịa kpesara m ife maka onye ahụ nya na-ebi n'ụlọ. Keri ife ọ na-ekpesara m ya na onye a bi n'ụlọ, onye a na-akwụ ụgwọ ụlọ, onye a na-akwụ bills niile. Onye a wee kpozie ya wee gwa na ihe eke ego medi eke na medi a na-abịa alụlụ mụ na ọrụ ebe a. Onye a wulukwa greater percentage of that money. The little part ahụ onye ahụ gwaziri enya mee ofiru na oyeme owebe kpesachara nya mụ na onye ahụ adịghị mma. Obviously on a normal if he ekwu Guru melunta, cover. But no, yes, here. Media. Oh, na lolo no. On if you room, or if you room, or for the anime just in fact, as an insect what I made. Umweda no boss media that if you ne bear na ba. Ni if you na bear some fele, ne ya se fela or semomba. Wesia in a kubu no nuna or semomba. You see in a menka or semomba. Wesia. Wole ga ho gbaloge ya dawo. In fact, mo na le ku ko na gafe. See, wole ga ho osrage ya wo. Gbalo so je ye that money. Your apology na enwe. Your biko na enwe. Ekukuna ka another nte. No ife ye bia pesalm. No onye good na bi no for over how many months getting to 1 year. E da akwu ugwo. No this e good na de ko gbalo go water ego. Kono tike wala akume bi ugwo. Like this one, some of you can even throw away your sense of judgment because you want to gain vengeance, because you want to fight dirty. Iwe to fuo akonuche you. Iwe to fuo ifijuwe mad. May I not lose who I am simply because I want to fight dirty? May I not change from who I am simply because I want to prove a silly point? That is what our brothers and sisters have turned themselves into on Facebook because they want to prove a nonsense point. Before you realize yourself, you find out that you have lost who you are. You won't even know when you lose your complete. You will only be stuck with those few people who are misguided in that their self-centeredness and foolishness, all in the name of you are fighting nonsense. I have been honest with you. A lot of people in no sense. We see them every day. There are only few people who will akonuche. If we are not on a live broadcast, if not because of this thing, what do you think will make JPAC to come on a Facebook live and the video and tell you that nifa na alunango pala wo okashibe opulibe na ebe ahụ na afubo that kind of development no no factory nwere inye the kind of job a na-enye ebe ahụ. Then today opotakwa again simply because no fall go out with those same people auto opotata because he want to fight dirty. Ogwakwazie the same ndengo akpala gwa ha na kama unu yenye ndị church yana unu nye ndị China. You will lose yourself. You will lose whom you are because you are trying to fight dirty. It is my message to you. And you will keep battling with yourself, with your words, and not even anybody. You will find out that you are fighting yourself. It is a fight against you, not against anybody. Because it was you who told people that the idea of Zion coming to Ngopala is for development. It is you again who came out to say, why don't you allow Chinese people to come in instead of giving it to a church? It is yourself, not anybody. So now, what you said at first is the original idea and what you believe about the whole process. What you said secondly is because you are trying to fight who you are. You are trying to fight nature because this is your belief. But because you are aggrieved, because you are angry, sense of reasoning, you will begin to fight deity. Not fighting deity will make you, despite disagreeing with Zion on so many things, not fighting deity is ability for you to be matured enough to stick to that thing equal at first because you know it is the truth. That is maturity. You will go like this. Let me show you what maturity is all about. Now, development Zion Mutaramango Opala is very commendable. But if you onye mwifone iwe mmalo na ohe ekwu ife ahụ na-ekwu because na ya na onye a agrees. Na development Zion Mutaramango Opala do commendable. Mana in terms of ifa ana-ekwu makana me what you feel or think about it. Maturity. That development you after you go with your first and the initial statement about that movement to Ngobala, a conflict your words are all conflicted. Now you will tell people where you disagreed now on the process. That is why onye donogolu n'ihu ndị mmadụ towe tochasịcha, a lot of people will even admire onye ahụ echiri na-egu na onye ahụ so okwu ibidokwazie kọwa ife ọjọọ maka onye ahụ. What of ndị niile imegolu ha nwere contact and the dealings with onye ahụ? You will want to change all of them overnight. And if they refuse to be changed because you told them the truth at first, and when they went closer to that person, they saw that what you told them about that person is 100% truth. Now, when Gunonya says Roku, you will now decide to fight that reality, which is the truth. Oro na ndaro imelu habia close to Onya, wherefore how good Onya the Jews there that they will not buy into that new ideology discover. You will begin to fall out with them. Stop fighting like a coward. If this phone is the problem, go for this phone. Stop pushing down kettle, stop pushing down pot, stop shutting down the refrigerator, stop bringing down the roof because you want to fix this phone. When you finally fix this phone, what are you going to do to the fridge? When I mean fridge, phone, and all this, I mean your worth. Before you go, be very careful. Before you go, be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. Very extremely careful. I have noticed that there are, and let me even tell you, in confidence, because already about 20 people, let's say that out of mad 20 people are bottom, and over 20 of them, 20 different things. That one is even, you are even on a safe side. But imagine Namon on a screen ever. You work for 1 hour addressing people. At the end of the day, in 2 days' time, broadcasting more than 10, 15 to 20,000 people watch it. Yeah? How much it go, the words and the language, my body language and the echi niile on one nation onwekwazi ife melu. Instead of me to go direct to fix what has happened, you will begin to change every single word you have said today, simply because you want to fix that one thing. Why don't you fix that one thing instead of destroying the house because the shear is not in order? Why can't you go straight to fix that shear and still leave that house in order? Because that house, even if you don't like it today, it may still provide shelter for you tomorrow. I am telling you the kind of life our people are living here on Facebook. And those enemies will always be willing to come for you. In fact, the only thing they can do to you to show you that to fake is by coming to you to remind you that we told you. Did we not tell you? Now you know the highest deceit is that you know that that same thing Habaru is not true. But because you want to get back to Onyaho and Ebu, you will now lie to yourself, deceive yourself by confirming to them that yes, you know you are just angry. And that is why Oji Akama sometimes you will sometime before you take a decision, no matter how difficult it is, because you will only realize that you have pulled down a 2-story building by the time you realize that you only acted out of a mere anger that would have just last for 1 hour or 2 hours. You will, because of anger, last 1 hour or 2 hours. Till in a kind of life that you don't even enjoy. I can swear to God that JPAC is not enjoying the life he's living today. I can swear. Imagine what it took you to prove to people that you are not against Evangelist Gobi, but you are against some element. Imagine what it took you to show you that you are living a life you are not proud of. Go and check his videos. Those days it used to be Ako, online billionaire, Ako, online billionaire. They cannot make a video without telling you Evangelist Bukobi is a good man. They cannot make any video without pointing. But how long are you going to hide in deceit? How long? Today, you are now out fighting against the movement the same Evangelist Bukobi, who is a good man, has taken down to Ngopala. I mean, that permanent site, Ngopala. Ako, now, if you know Nyake Nano Sogumba, or Nyangweye, it is still that Evangelist Bukobi is not a good man that owns that ministry. It was him who went to Ngopala. It was him who went on every commitment. If that project fails in Ngopala, Evangelist Bukobi will fail in Ngopala. But you are fighting dirty every day, Putana. Evangelist Bukobi is a good man, but today, that it work is way gradually, you changed into something that you are not proud of. That you are not proud of. Oh, na female, I will come for you. I will never change my nature because I want to come for you. I can't do that. You are one person I will confront. Either I do it on Facebook or I do it elsewhere. But I can't live my life as a coward or like a coward simply because I want to get to you. My message do very clear. Ken, Palace of Justice, if you want to live a peaceful life, if you want to enjoy peace, call to this part. Ken will water this message. The day I saw you, Lupo, camouflage. If I don't like you, I will tell you straight ahead that I don't like you. I don't have to pretend as a friend to show you that if I don't like you, I will tell you that I don't like JPAC. I have been saying it since so one. I don't like JPAC. I don't like his character. Yes, I don't like his desperation. I don't need to hide it. Yes, I don't need to hide it. I don't hate him. So good I'm hate it because they like your character mad does not mean me hate him. Why will I hate him? Is he my business partner? But I don't like him. Yes, all two different things. I mean, you can say that the opposite of like is hate. But in this case, it is different. Because I don't like Samsung. I like iPhone. Does not mean that I hate Samsung. But I just don't like to use Samsung. And that does not mean that Samsung is not a better technology. But I enjoy using iPhone. You can only hate somebody. If you can only hate something. Memory that is, let us tell ourselves the truth. He is too manipulative in nature. He's too manipulative in nature. He is too manipulative in nature. And he knows it. The kind of life unu na-ebi na Facebook a. The kind of life unu na-ebi na Facebook a. Ken, Palace of Justice, I think it's time you come out. I think it's time you come out to tell people the truth. All those things unukuru na Palace of Justice about Ogechi, how many of them were Zioku? How many of them were said? Because such kind of conspiracy, lies and deceit is something you can get when network of enemies Mande Joronjom Mili Mande deny one favor unknowingly for them. I cannot even do it. Mande one or two things same way he sees all of you will gather together for my sake. Everybody is looking for a way to get their pound of flesh. A way build wazi propaganda. A way to walk utopase. Ken, Palace of Justice, posterity will judge you if you fail to come on Facebook and tell people out of who's if 100 unukuru makogeshi. Kelunke wase, kelunke wezioku. Kelunke wase, kelunke wezioku. Only time. Only time. Only time. Only time. And recruiting these enemies that people feel that it is the only way you can fight. It is only way you can fight. You seek to ally. I must not prove Matthias wrong because I want to correct a pastor. I repeat, Matthias' message, I disagree with 100%. Here, the Right of Africa message, I disagree with 100%. Mazidibia message, I disagree 100% with a lot of people. Now, if a pastor melo, because of anger. We move zeal with that message, which I know I don't agree with. That is what you people do on Facebook here. That is what you people do on Facebook here. And I cannot live that kind of life. I love to be original. Asogongo, namo wezbo mad. Asogongo, namo perfect. Namo the perfect. But what I know is that I won't join you to call that kettle pot simply because I don't like that kettle. Let me repeat it again. I will not join you to call that kettle pot simply because I don't like that kettle. I will call it a kettle even while addressing that same kettle. I must not call it a pot because I want to make a point. What happens if I address the same kettle as a kettle, even while telling that kettle my own peace of mind? Is it making sense to you now? Like, I will still address that kettle as a kettle, even while telling that kettle my peace of mind. I must not join a whole host of enemies to call the kettle pot simply because I have a message I want to pass to it. That is what people do here. Look at Ndedokanwikuku. A lot of them, they changed into something. They became anti-Christian in disguise without knowing. Simply because there was an in-house misunderstanding. You started aligning with those people you have been cautioning all along. Now, look at the harm and the damage you caused. When those people were calling out Evangelist Ebukobi, pastors, Father Mbaka inclusive, and the Christianity in general, you were among the people championing the campaign of putting those people in shame. When the confusion came in between Evangelist Ebukobi and the Zion, you lost control. Now you joined the same people who calls Christianity bad name, who talk down on men of God, including the same Father Mbaka you are trying to protect, thereby making it good that it is okay to abuse men of God. It is okay to insult men of God. If you have done that through your character and actions, simply because you want to prove how angry you are that people called out Father Mbaka, have you not marked it good? You perceive that not the Zion may do all those things about Father Mbaka, and you teamed up with Ndotu Matthias just to prove a point, because you know that those people, they call Evangelist Ebukobi more than any other pastors. Do you think you have made Father Mbaka's name immune to that insult? The day you signed that project is the day you made him vulnerable to insult. Yes. If you like, I can repeat it again so that you can understand what I'm saying. Simply because you want to fight back at the Zion for the misunderstanding, in-house misunderstanding between Zionite and the adorers. You joined yourself with Ndotu Matthias here. What cause are you fighting? You are fighting for Father Mbaka. That when you say his name, have you forgotten that he's a Christian, he's practicing a Reverend Father as a Christian? You join people who said that Christianity is a scam. When those people said that Christianity is a scam, and Father Mbaka is a Christian leader, is a leader in that same Christianity. These people are after the foundation. They were aligned with people surely with the foundation upon which you are standing. For the name deserve pity on. And they started fighting dirty since then. Anywhere they see people who are against Evangelist Kobe, they support. Anywhere they see people who are against Evangelist Kobe, they support. The same thing people who may put there became truth overnight simply because your favorite Father Mbaka was touched. Out of that anger, out of that thirst for vengeance, you lost who you are. Why can't you still stay, defend Father Mbaka, and still understand that there are common people we are going after? But you lost control. You lost control because you want to prove a point. That is why we barely have friends now. We barely have friends. Because the moment they go na kolon no toto, if na meka go na yes go fuzaga, he or she feels that they don't have what it takes to fight you alone. So they have to go and seek alliance. They have to go and seek alliance with your enemies. Onodoka onye meri for job. Owe chok oje pesaro mmadu. Owe jekwu onye ilo ije pesari. My dear, oje ho pesari anything. He or she simply went there so they can discuss about how much they don't like you. Yes. They just want to go and discuss how much they don't like you. Ifele our people name him. I have to be honest with you. Fele our people name him. You be ife palalam. Go. Mani ifuhozi can do to Matthias hande na unbelievers. Ifuhozi has well in unity in the fight they are fighting on Facebook. They would rather use you, but you will never see them talk back at their very own. You can never see them, but they can join you and watch. After all, is that not what they have been doing all along? If you decide to join them in numbers to insult Evangelist Kobe, that is what they want. But they can never join you to talk back or talk bad at Matthias. That is how smart they are. They can never, in fact, go to hang with the kid they come Evangelist Kobe. But the moment you talk about Matthias, they will turn like tigers. They will turn like tiger on you. I was moved to make this broadcast. Mama Wezugo. I don't need alliance, my dear. Hey, alliance in Jawagono. I don't need alliance. The only body or the only person I need to make my point is me. Because the moment you can ban your shoe, I'm all going to maybe shoe I have For the moon, when he that art under guise of jealousy. As in Namo Biari Yeraka, I went to say Mekog. I'm not made jealous of Emeka. That is how some of you has Bruna Kobalamane Maho. Because you are a part of a conspiracy that ended the life of somebody. But you are only there feeling that no blongos sorrow them. What difference does it make? What difference does it make?